Okay, welcome back everybody. We're gonna be doing a pistol build today. If you want to follow along, great. But we got all our parts laid out. We're going to use a Geissele Ultra Duty. I've already unboxed them. The Ultra Duty kit, lower kit. So I always like to start with my takedown pins first. You don't have to, but that's just the way I've always done it. So these detents can be aggravating. So we'll grab our lower. Slide that in. And you take your detent, put it in. I may have to do this off camera. Probably at the very least I'm going to have to go get some needle nose. I take a punch and I run it through the back side. And put pressure on that. Push it down. Takes a little bit of coordination. Okay. So see that we got it in. The detent is in. So then I take my pin. And I always like to lube my pins before I put them in also. So this is the lube I use. You can get that at automotive stores usually. I got that at O'Reilly's. So I put a little bit of lube in here. A little bit of lube on the pin. Now, take your detent, your takedown pin. You push this, you try to time it. If you get this in quick enough, your detent won't pump out. Like that. So we got our detent in. Just like that. Okay. Then I'm gonna get that off my hands. Then I usually move on to the magazine release. So we take this, it goes in like that, drop our spring on it, and we'll find our button, push the button in, and twist it. Now it's caught. Now I'll turn this until it won't turn no more. So then you got to push it through and then turn it on this side. And that one, you see how many threads there are. I do that till it's just a little bit short of being flush. 2 more turns. It could probably go 1 more turn. I think I'll leave that there. Now, we'll move on to our bolt catch. So we've got a spring that goes in there. Can't remember which one it is. That one's too big. So it must be this one. And it's got a little doohickey sits on top of it. Like so. Now getting this roll pin to start is usually pretty tough. So, okay, springs out. I may try to get this roll pin started off camera. It helps if you got the right roll pin. I got a set of pin punches. I'll be right back. I don't think I can do this and be filmed at the same time. It's almost as fun as herding cats. If you've ever had to herd a bunch of cats, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, that worked. I don't know how much of that you got to see, but this is a pin punch tool, so you push down on it, and it's got a spring in there, and it'll pop, and it'll make a little dent. So I use that to start this pin. You gotta hold it, and get this on there, and push it down until it pops, and it'll get your roll pin started for you. So I'm gonna hit it a couple more times. Okay, now I think I'm ready for my spring. Don't forget the doohickey. Very important. And rope catch. So we'll just pop this in. See, now it's got the captured. Okay. I could probably use one more. Perfect. I like to put a drop of lube on that too. Okay. All right. Next, we may do the trigger. Let me get the trigger out of the package. So the trigger I went with was the SSAE. I think these things are enhanced or extra expensive, whichever. That looks important. With an extra little pin of some sort. But here's our trigger and our pins. All right, let me get the pin out of here and get this into the frame, into the little receiver there. When you're putting one of these triggers in, you put the trigger down, you can see your springs going forward. This is your sear, and it's captured in by that trigger pin. So slide this in. See this? Oh, no, you can see the sear move. So now we got to try to line the sear and everything up. That's not what we wanted to happen. We didn't want the sear to come completely out. Let me fix the spring. Kind of hard to do this in film at the same time. I may have to get a pin and stick through the other side to help line this up. I'm probably gonna do this off camera. Hang on, I'll be right back. All right, we finally got it. That was no easy task, but we did it. So, we're good. Next we'll move on to the hammer. So we'll have to press the pin out of the hammer. That's cool. Hammer sits like so. Okay. These Geissele kits are built tight. Get the pin out. On these hammers, the spring has to go back, so that's what pulls it forward. So you gotta put your springs back, bring this forward. Let me get the pin. Okay, I'll return. All right, we got the hammer pin started. I have to wiggle it around a little bit and help it get lined up. Just needed a little help. Okay. All right. Now we'll probably move on to the trigger guard. Get that put on. I bought a green one. It's supposed to match the green anodizing. Okay, the way the trigger guard works, there's a screw right here. You gotta screw that all the way in, slide it in the trigger cord, then back that out. Then of course we'll have to put a pin in this side, but it's a little different design. Okay, the grip we're going with is the Magpul K2 XL. I really like these grips. They got a real good feel to them. So now we'll install our selector switch, our safety, and our grip. Because the safety's got to be in before the grip does. So I think, yeah, these Geissele, you just poke this in and they slide off. So yeah, push that detent in, this slides back. Then you've got a detent right there. So let's lube this dude up. So our detent goes here. That's the holes. So we'll slide this through like so. And we will slide this side on. Just like that, we're installed. Now, I'm going to drop our detent down in here. And we've got a spring that goes in here, puts pressure on the detent. Make sure your spring lines up with the detent hole. There we go. Now I'll have to stick a screw in and bump that down. I'll do that off camera, then we'll move on to our buttstock. And we got the SB Tactical pistol brace. So we'll be opening that up, putting it on next. Okay, we got the grip screwed on. So now, let's open this brace up. So this brace comes with the buffer, spring, everything you need. Probably except tools. Here's the buffer. Stickers, little Loctite, castle nut. So I watched a couple YouTube videos on putting these together. So let me get the set that aside. So the buffer tube, put Loctite on, and then you torque it with a wrench. It fits this. I forget what size they said it was. But let me get some, for Loctite to hold, it needs to be clean. So I want to clean the threads inside and out with carb cleaner or brake clean, some kind of a strong degreaser. Then we will come back, put our Loctite on, thread this in. I'll also find a wrench. We'll torque it down and carry on. All right, we got everything cleaned up. We got a Q-tip, soaked it in carb cleaner. The threads and everything's pretty clean, I'm surprised. So now this dude is hard. I can't squeeze that. It says it's removable. So I thought about just using blue Loctite, but this is what they supplied, so we'll use it. I've never seen a little plastic thing so tight before. Screw that in. All right, let me go find a wrench. I'm gonna read the instructions, see how much that torques to. I'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back. I torqued the buffer tube to 30 pounds. So now we have to put our rear takedown pin in, along with the detent. Let me drop a little lube on there. Drop that in. Drop our detent in. We have our spring. And then when we put our stock on, trying to get this where you can see it, it'll come down. Oops. It comes down and captures that spring. Then we got to put our nut on this part. So, tell you what, let me set this down. Yep, so I thought it's gonna be kind of hard to film. Move my stand up. So let's get our nut out. You gotta be careful also with these springs. If you twist or something, you'll bend that spring and kink it. You don't want that. So we'll put our nut on. Castle nut. And we'll tighten it down. Get our castle nut wrench. Tighten that down. So they say to get something round and tighten this. So I want to see if this punch. Oh, it's perfect. Perfect. So we'll tighten that down. That's pretty snug. Whoops. Okay, let me poke this out. A little stiff. That should be a complete working lower. So, all right. Next video we'll build the upper. I'm going to pin the gas block, drill it and pin it. So that'll be in the next video. Thanks for watching.